The Teacher's Guide to 403B Plans, what you need to know. 403B plans is a retirement tool made for employees of not-for-profit entities. One of the most common types of employers that sponsors a 403B plan are schools, so that's where you get your teachers. Now then, if you use your 403B retirement plan tool correctly, it can help you achieve a stress-free retirement. Doesn't that sound nice, Catherine? Filled with beach vacations and fancy wine tastings, or maybe you're lucky enough to do bourbon. What is a 403B plan? A 403B plan is, at its most basic level, a DC plan, a defined contribution plan. In other words, all the limits and all the rules are based on how much somebody can put into it. All right.
Aren't the limits usually the same as the 401k plan?
They are now. Almost all. There is going to be an exception that we're going to get to in a second. All right. There are ERISA 403B plans and non-ERISA 403B plans. All right.
And the non-ERISA is just employee contributions.
And just employee contributions with almost no input from the employer. How does it affect the teachers? Okay. An ERISA plan, in many ways, could be better. All right, you're going to have the possibility of an employer contribution. That's more money than just you putting it in on your own. You're going to have more institutional help as to what investment, what you should be doing for investment, for education, for advice. Okay, excuse me, not advice, education and guidance. All right, remember, advice is a very specific word. All right. And I think, because we don't deal in non-ERISA 403B plans, I know a little bit about them, but I think it's money inside an ERISA 403B plan, I think is stickier. It stays there, okay? Somebody has vetted your insurance vendor. There's very little vetting going on in a non-ERISA 403B plan because all the onus is put on the participant, where there's much more support for a participant inside an ERISA 403B plan. All right, annual limits. This is for 2024. The contribution limits for people born in 1975 and later is $22,500. So in other words, you're under 50. And if you're born in 1974 or before, you get to put an extra $7,500 on there for your catch-up for a grand total of
$30,000.
$30,000. Okay.
So when we talk about in the past, what's a good way to be set up? When you have IRAs, it's lower limits, and you have to have a Roth IRA and a regular IRA, right? But here in a 403B plan, you could potentially have both your Roth and your normal money in it at a higher contribution level.
Right.
So there are some clear benefits for a 403B plan in putting away serious money. And then with IRAs, there's income limits. Sometimes on contributions, right? For deductible contributions.
Yeah, right.
But not so on this.
Correct. Right.
Okay.
Now then, the 15-year rule, we're going to pop this up on the screen, okay? This is unique to 403B plans. The 15-year rule allows teachers and other people inside a 403B plan who have worked for the same employer at least 15 years to make additional contributions of up to $3,000 per year with a lifetime limit of $15,000. Okay, my understanding is it's that or the $7,500. So yeah, it's not both of them. All right. Yeah. Now then, unlike 401k plans, which often almost always have a single provider, many 403B plans have multiple vendors. That's what we were talking about. The non-ERISA 403B plan is going to have many different vendors. Whereas with an ERISA 403B plan, every single 403B plan we touch is an ERISA 403B plan. We have all the investments at one vendor. As I said, every change in legislation for 403B has had them become closer and closer to 401k plans. Guess what? 403B plans now have Roth as well. Okay, so
the government loves Roth.
The government loves Roth. Yes.
You get Roth.
You get
Roth. You get Roth.
Whether you want to or not, you're getting Roth. Okay. With a Roth 403B contribution, contributions are made with after-tax dollars, but qualified qualified withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. So basically, you take it out after age 59 and a half. It's been in there 5 years. It's tax-free, not tax
deferred.
There we go. All right. This option is beneficial if you expect to be in a higher tax bracket during retirement. So in other words, you're 22-year-old teacher just starting off or whatever, yeah, consider the Roth option, right? Now, please understand, it is not mandatory that your school offer Roth. Okay, it's an option. They are now available to 403B plans. All right, but remember, it's one plan, one limit. You get to split. If your plan offers Roth, you get to split how much of it goes into pre-tax and how much goes into Roth.
Right. It's part of a tax strategy, which
exactly.
in the end, retirement plans are
part of.
Are partially a tax strategy.
Okay.
Yep.
Some school districts offer matching contributions. Sometimes they give everybody something too, which is, as we like to say, essentially free money for your retirement. Is it for your retirement, Katherine?
I would say it's additional money.
For a retirement. Now then, please check to see if your employer offers a match and make sure, what's the strategy with deferring if your employer offers a match, Katherine?
Do the amount that you can get to the maximum match.
Right.
Because that is like immediately helping your investment.
Correct. Now then, if there's match money in a plan, Katherine, is there the possibility of vesting?
Yes.
Okay, but the employee deferrals are always
100% vested.
vested.
Your money, 100%
your money. Okay. Now then, understanding vesting. If the employer makes a matching contribution, find out what the vesting schedule is. Is it 100% immediate? Does it take 6 years? Whatever. So this is good.
Do they get an SPD as well?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look in your SPD.
Yes, look in the SPD. Find out what your vesting schedule is, and because so you want to make sure you understand when you're 100% vested in your matching contribution. Is it based on hours per plan year? Is it just based on how many months you've been there? There's a variety of different ways to figure out vesting. Make sure you understand what it is if you're considering changing jobs. All right?
Right.
So now that withdrawals before age 59 and a half are probably subject to the 10% excise tax penalty, in addition to your regular income tax. All right? Also, there are exceptions if you leave the employer after age 55 and certain other situations, all right? But 403B plans are allowed to offer in-service distributions, okay? And obviously, I've never seen or heard of a 403B plan that makes you wait to age 65. I guess it's theoretically possible, but most 403B plans let the employee take whatever their vested account balance is after they leave employment.
And withdrawing money, can you do loans?
They're theoretically possible,
Okay.
yes.
Just because we're under the category of withdrawing money.
I don't know if you can do a loan in a non-ERISA 403B plan, but you can in an ERISA 403B plan.
Okay. Now the tricky question of, do you get to keep your money there forever?
No.
No. There's RMDs.
There are RMDs. The government wants their share at some point. So there are rules. Terminated participants, people who are no longer working there, must start taking their RMDs from the 403B at age 73. If you're still working, you get to keep it in, all right? And the percentage that you have to take out depends on your age, etc. Okay.
But it's really important to take RMDs when you're supposed
Very
to,
important to
because
take
it is painful to not
There
take
are
it.
penalties. Yes, Secure 2.0 made things a little bit better, but there's a they're supposed to. I think this was reduced with Secure 2.0 if you ask for it, but its general rule for the RMD is it's 50% of the required amount not taken. Please understand, it is the participant's responsibility to know to take an RMD and the employer's responsibility. This is a distribution where the law states that the participant is just as responsible as the employer. So if you leave your job, you can roll your 403B account to another retirement plan or to an IRA or even to a new employer's 401k, or if they've got a 403B plan. So basically 401k and 403B, and whether it's an ERISA or a non-ERISA 403B plans, they can all be rolled from one to another. All right, so there is a lot of portability between 403Bs and 401Ks. All right, if you're doing a direct rollover from one plan to another, it is not a taxable event for you, but you should expect a 1099-R showing the amount of the rollover with the taxable amount being 0. If you did a rollover and you're pretty sure you did it right and everybody else did it right, and you get a 1099-R with a dollar amount greater than 0 in the taxable space, you need to talk to somebody.
So if you want to watch our video comparing 403B and 401K plans, click here.
Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends and neighbors, tell the people you don't like about us, okay? If you've got a specific question.
I think that's already happening.
Yeah, thank you, dear.
Okay.
If you've got a specific question, it's sales@Hunter Benefits. And of course, don't forget to keep those cards and letters coming.
Thank you for watching.